Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now is Valerie Role, the Executive Director of the Michigan Agency for Energy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
This is a fairly new agency, recently created. What exactly is the purpose and why the creation of this?
So energy is one of the areas the governor is focusing on this year, and that's because it's an exciting time for energy in Michigan. We're facing a real transition from some of our old to new sources. We're going to see the closure of 10 coal plants coming in the next few years, and the question is what comes next. And so when the governor was looking at this, he really wanted a group that could bring together the environmental experts and the folks who really know a lot about utilities at the Public Service Commission, some of the folks who look at our energy markets, and the folks who have done a lot of the energy policy work out of the economic development arena. Let's get them all in the same house where they can all talk together and really move our policy forward.
So is this an agency that sort of brought together and included a bunch of existing bureaus, or is it completely new, or who's under you now?
Yeah, this really brings together a lot of people. You know, we had people doing award-winning energy grant making out of the Department of Environmental Quality. We also had some of those folks in our economic development arm. So it brings the energy office from the economic development arm, what's called the RETAP, the Retired Engineers Technical Assistance Program, over from DEQ, brings some air policy people from the DEQ together, and then from the commission, some of the customer service folks, so the folks where you call if you got a problem, but also the folks who are real experts in our energy markets that go interstate and things like that, all together in the same roof to really think about how we move Michigan's challenges together. The Public Service Commission is also within the agency, but it continues to operate autonomously, making all the kind of rate decisions and things like that that they do today.
And why now? What are sort of the ultimate goals that the governor has, and why is the timing right now for an agency like this?
Well, right now, as I indicated, Michigan, we're really coming to a decision point on where we're going to get our energy in the future. Again, 10 coal plants are going to retire in the next few years, 9 in the lower and 1 in the upper peninsula. So the decisions we make today are decisions we'll be living with for the next 40 years. So we really needed the best experts that had been sort of scattered all over state government to be all around the same table and able to help us think through how we make those decisions and find those no regret solutions, since we'll be living with these, as I say, for the next 30, 40, 50 years.
And then what exactly will your role be? This is a new position for you, sort of leading everybody and everybody coming from different backgrounds, different expertise.
Yeah, so my goal is really to knit that together and to make sure that as different agencies face energy decisions, and that as we as a state do, the information that everybody needs be that one-stop shop for that policy answer, as well as some of that information to help the state, both as an entity and throughout the state as a group, make the best decisions that we can when it comes to these energy decisions.
Where do you see Michigan, let's say, in the next 5 to 10 years? It seems like when we're talking to the folks that are in charge of technology, it changes every year. You know, it's going to be electric cars, it's going to be fuel cells, and as the technology changes, sort of those energy needs change as well.
Well, what Governor has always said is we need an energy policy that's adaptable, that we don't sort of presume, oh, everyone will do fuel cells and then we don't know what gets invented next or something like that. So that's been his focus, is let's make it adaptable. And then part of that, though, is identifying those things we can do today that we know no matter what the future holds, we won't regret. And the biggest thing we can do is really reduce our energy waste. We think we could get 15% more of our energy needs from now in the next 10 years on that.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information on today's topic, you can head to michigan.gov/energy. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Valerie Role, the Executive Director of the Michigan Agency for Energy.